Hello again, we're gonna start with lab 4. So in this lab, we're gonna focus on data flow chain 2 and moving data using that tool and shortcuts to internal lakehouse. So in our scenario, supplier's data is Snowflake, customer data is Dataverse, and employee data is in SharePoint. All these data sources are updated at different times. To minimize the number of data refreshes for data flows, we're going to create individual data flows for each of those sources. Yeah, and that's great. Multiple data sources are supported in the single data flow. Data flow is a very powerful tool, a lot of fun to work with. There's some discussions about if it's the most effective tool in terms of consumption and usage of your credits. There's different ways to take it. It might not be the most efficient, but if this is the one that you feel more comfortable with, why not? That's gonna take you less time to develop it and easier to maintain. By the end of this lab, you will have learned how to connect SharePoint using data flows chain 2 and ingest into the lakehouse. Same with Snowflake and same from the shared lakehouse. So we're gonna start. We're gonna go back to our workspace, right? And we're gonna get a new item. This time we're gonna select the data flows Gen 2. Here you see the Gen 1, that's really nice, but that's not the one we want. We want Gen 2. So Gen 2, perfect. I'm gonna leave the default name and leave the enable Git integration. Great. Yeah, you're gonna, if you are familiar with Power Query, that's exactly how it looks like. You're gonna feel very comfortable using data flows chain 2. We actually gonna copy from Power BI. This time I learned my lesson and I have the file open. And if you don't have the Power BI open, just make sure that you open it, you hit transform data, and you go to the Power Query window out of it. We select the people query from the SharePoint and right click, copy. And it worked. It took me a few tries, to be honest, but it ended up working. We're going to configure the connection and we're going to point it to the right SharePoint and using the credentials. We're already connected as a lab user, so that should do it. So we're already connected and we're gonna select establish the target. trying to find a way that the guide is trying to do me this. That's not the way I will do it. I will add the destination directly here. But here it says from home query. There's, oh, I see. Query, which one is query? It looks like this one. Okay, query. No, that's refresh. Let me remove this to see if it gives me a better view. So home, which one is query? To me it's this one, but I don't know what he's trying, why it's guiding me through a more complex way. So it says home after manage parameters, which I have a different view. That's not the query icon. Default destination. Ah. It doesn't give me the options that the guide is telling me. This happens a lot with SaaS solutions. They might have changed something, and it might not be perfectly updated, right? Yes, if you see here, I think that is referring to a destination. So we're gonna hit there and select the lake house. Stay there. It's asking me to go to a new lake house. I'm gonna go back so we can follow the instructions together to a new lake house. Next. I guess it was not a new lake house, but it asks us to select our existing lake house now. But we are going to create a new table, and this table is going to be called people. Next. There are multiple ways of doing this, and this is the first time I'm doing this lab, so you are, hopefully you're enjoying my struggles, but I not always use this path to create the things. This is perfectly fine. My brain goes in a different direction and picks different ways to do the things. We're gonna leave all the defaults. You could change the data types if you wanted. Even you could change many things, but we are in automatic, so it selects everything as it is, which is usually what you want to do. You will navigate back to where we were. In the upper left corner, select Save and Run. Save and run. If we go back to the workspace, you're going to see that we have a new object that is a data flow chain 2 that is currently being executed. You can say that it's running in progress, but we're going to change that. We want to call something data flows 1. Let's wait until it finishes. Once it is done running, we can do double click, three dots click, settings, and rename it. I don't know if it will let me. Oh, I don't remember if it lets you rename things while it's running. Okay, what do I know? Things change all the time. Okay, they want us to add a description too. Again, very good. It's good that you get used to that for many reasons. For data discovery, for object discovery, for governance. It's always great to have this done, the description documentation done. So we completed this part, and if we go to the lake house here, we should see, yeah, or we don't see it, but let's refresh it, and now we should see a new table showing up. Still shows unidentified. Once it's processed, it will show it as people. Come on, don't make me look bad. There you go, people. Don't get scared when it says unidentified, still cataloging the data. Now we're going to do a similar thing, but from Snowflake. So again, we're going to go to the workspace, new data flow chain 2, which, as you said, we can pick it from the recent use things. Make sure this. So then select create. If you receive a message it already exists, then change to data flow chain 2. Oh, because we already renamed it, so it's not gonna. You could totally change the name here. That I don't know why the guide asking you to rename it later. We're gonna follow it. Let's not argue with the Microsoft guide. You will navigate to the data flows, of course. Now we're gonna keep piggybacking from the effort that we had in our Power Query. So we're gonna get holding control. We're gonna select all these PO and PO lines. Okay, I didn't select all of them. So the way I did it, I don't know, because my control didn't work to select. Yeah, it worked too. Holding control and right click, copy, going back to Fabric, Control B. I had to admit, I didn't know you could do this. This is beautiful. Especially if you're moving from Power BI to Fabric, and you don't want to redo everything. So always copy and paste is great. So now probably it's gonna ask to solve the connection. We're gonna have to configure connection, and let's see. We're gonna use the user and password provided. Come on. And connect. It's resolving all of the tables. So yes, we're connected directly to Snowflake here. Let's select the destination for supplier. We can go through here. New destination Lakehouse. Of course, it was there. It's so easy. Definitely you can do it here. You can also do it here. As usually I don't go through the ribbons that I go to this place, but it's the same thing. That's why it took me a while to find that ribbon. So next, we make sure that we have the proper connection. Yes, we have, make sure we select the lake house. Our lake house is a new table called supplier. Next, we leave the automatic settings, save. So we are in the Power Query, and now we want to do it with PO. Oh, here it shows you the other way to do it. There's a reason. There's a lot of brains in Microsoft. There's a purpose for everything. So we're gonna go this way. So it's the same thing, the same steps as before, but this time I believe that's what I want me to do. Right? Yeah. Next. Save. Now, we're going to find out why we brought all of them if we only... Oh, yes, we need all of them because of the Power Query, the M code. Of course, that's why we need them all. Make sure we rename it now. Again, we could have done it before. And it says we can do it where? From the top of the screen, select the arrow next to data flow chain 2. Oh, this one? Yes! And we had it in 1. That was our default. Perfect. And now I go rename. Now we can do save and run. Boom. Let's go back to the workspace. And let's go to the Lakehouse view. And we should have soon, if not now, because it was still executing, a PO and supplier. Nothing yet. So let's go back to still executing. People should be there. Supplier, okay. Let's see. Oh yes, people was done before, sorry. Still executing the PO and supplier. I can see PO and supplier. Perfect, so the data is in the lakehouse already. Now we're gonna do a similar thing, but from a shortcut. So again, we're in the lakehouse view. Tables, new shortcut. Under external sources, we're gonna go to Dataverse. New connection. And we're gonna keep the organizational account. You will be navigated to a dialog where you can pick the different bucket directory from Dataverse. Notice there are a lot of different buckets available. Yes, we can see it. We could pick the bucket we need and follow the process like Lab3. Use Visual Query to transform data and create views. We could use also data flow change we used early in this lab to connect to SharePoint. In our scenario, the IT team has already established a link to the Dataverse and applied necessary data transformations, mirroring those in the Power BI desktop file. We have ingested data into the lakehouse in the admin workspace and given us access to the tables. Since our T team has done all the hard work, we can create a shortcut to the lakehouse in admin workspace. Select cancel, navigate back to the lakehouse. So yes, that's why we're gonna create a shortcut to the existing lakehouse, because IT has done everything for us. It happens all the time. IT always solves your problems. When not, you need to do the work yourself. But it's good to have the help from IT from time to time. Create a shortcut today. So we go to the Explorer, we go here, tables, new shortcut, and this time we're gonna select Microsoft OneLake. And there's an admin. This is a different workspace. Look at this. Actually, I should use my cool tools, right? And admin workspace. That's something someone has shared this with us. The good folks from IT. We're gonna pick customer and next, create. Basically, we're gonna create a shortcut to customers. So another table that we have two customers, I guess. So we have two tables for customer, but this one is the one that we just brought, the customer. That is the shortcut from our IT friends in a different workspace, and that's the one that we brought before. So we're done for now for Lab 4. So we have successfully created a shortcut to another lakehouse. We have now ingested all the needed data in our lakehouse. In the next lab, we'll schedule refresh for our SharePoint data flow. Okay, see you in the next lab.